DJ Drew and I are going to step out of the way because we're going to start the show with a live edition of Lacey's Lutes. So, Lacey, it's all yours.
All right, so we are lucky enough to have two people in studio today live for Lacey's Lutes. We have head coach of the men's basketball team, Steve Dickerson, and assistant coach of the men's basketball team, Arvid Isaksen. How are you guys doing this morning?
Great.
Doing pretty good.
Yes, thank you for being here. So, Steve Dickerson actually is recently retired, coached his final game at PLU on Friday night. Coach Dickerson, how long have you been coaching here at PLU?
I've been here 14 years, 11 as the head coach.
And how long have you had the pleasure of having Arvid as your assistant?
Arvid has been my assistant for 2 years, but Arvid was a player here, obviously for 4 years, and he was our captain. And Arvid is kind of a special person to me, and so it was great finishing my career with him. Awesome.
And Arvid, so Coach Dickerson already hit on the fact that you played here at PLU. How did you find your way back here to coach here?
I thought it was a good opportunity. I was at the U for a year and a half, got my master's, and then thought that Tacoma was the best spot to land as my first assistant job. My wife had a job down here, and with the commuting, I thought staying in the Tacoma area would be great. And then also coming back to work with Steve is just a pleasure, and it was a great 2 years.
Awesome. So back to Coach Dickerson. I think I heard that you were planning to retire at the end of last season. Is that correct?
That's correct.
And why did you stick around for one more season?
Well, I think there were several reasons. One, they wanted me, the powers that be wanted me to stick around, and which is unusual in coaching. Usually they want to show you the door, but they wanted me to stick around. And I had 5 seniors coming back who were very special people and players that I thought it would be a unique opportunity for the 6 of us to go out together, and it proved I was correct. It was a great opportunity.
Awesome. So speaking of those 5 seniors, Arvid, I know when you were a senior, those 5 seniors were actually freshmen that year. So what is your relationship like with them, going from being their teammate to then their coach?
I think it kind of worked out well because I could bring my experiences as a player and as a coach to try to help them become better people. I think my player development skill set to help them become better players on the court grew after the year I was at UW when I was working out with all those guys. So I try to implement the things I learned from up there, brought them down here to our guys, and I thought each of those guys got better every year they were here.
And you are probably one of the youngest coaches in the conference, if not the youngest coach in the conference. Did you find any challenges there?
I think there are challenges. I think there's more good things about it because I can connect with the players. Nowadays with recruiting, I think it helps a lot when you know exactly what these young guys are going through and where they want to end up going to college. I think that's helped me a lot with recruiting this past season, moving into next year. I think there are some challenges because people say you don't have enough experience, you're too young. But I think with my diverse background of experiences at the WNBA level, UW and PLU, I think I've been able to put pieces together from each program to develop my coaching craft.
And Coach Dickerson, you've been with Arvid for quite some time now. What is something that you hope that he can take away from being with you as a player and as a coach?
Well, I hope he can take away the fact that basketball is extremely important to all of us, but basketball, as I tell our guys before every game, it is a game, and it's better to pursue and get ready for life, and we try to relate basketball to life, and I think that's something that Arvid has picked up on, and it's an important part of this whole Division III mentality. So I think Arvid is a special human being, and I would really like to see him become the next head coach at PLU. But again, I don't have any control. Like I told him, I don't have any control over that.
All right. So, Arvid, as you mentioned, you do majority of the recruiting for the program. What is the future looking like for the program?
I think the future's bright. it's hard at the Division III level because you don't have an athletic scholarship to hand a kid, and you got to recruit a specific type of person that has good academics that can succeed also on the court as well. Right now we have 3 guys committed, and I got, I think, 5 or 6 other guys that are on the edge, depending on if I get the job or not. Maybe that'll turn their minds. So the recruiting is going well. We'll just see what happens in the next month to see if we can get more guys committed and in the door to move this program in the right direction.
And so the head coaching position is up for grabs. Why do you think you are fit for that position?
I think I'm fit for that position. I've been here as a player. I've been here as a student. I've been here as a coach. I know PLU. I know this league. I'm familiar with the recruiting database around the area. I'm originally from north of Seattle, so I like to recruit up in that area as well as the Tacoma area. Regardless of my age, I think working 2.5 years at the Seattle Storm as a personnel scout and practice player, I developed a lot of basketball terminology and X's and O's. Working at the UW, I worked on player development, skill sets, and also a lot of scouting and helping the coaches with recruiting projects. And then here I've taken kind of a bigger role and working more on the operational side as well as the coaching side. So I think I'm well prepared for the position. We'll just see what happens in the next month.
Awesome. Well, thank you guys so much for your time. Thank you for being here live. Dickerson, congratulations on a phenomenal career, and Arvid, good luck.
Thank you very much.